Alright, so again, I'd like you to go and back to your SavingsAccount.java file. Not the demo, but the SavingsAccount Java file. And I want you to go right before the final curly brace that you have in there that's, right, I guess, what is it? Right under, my last one is there, that return to string. So right underneath your return to string, we're going to add another method under there. All right, not the final curly brace. This has got to be inside of here. Does that make sense? All right. Now, you could call this anything you wanted to. I based this off of what the author used in the book, and he called his read file. So I'm going to call mine read file. All right. All right, you'll notice I'm getting a lot of mistakes. Why? Well, I'll put my mouse here again and let it rest on here. And it says, you're doing something with file. You might want to import file. Yes, I do. Okay, that got rid of those. Oh, you might want to import scanner. Yes, I do. All right. Again, if this looks a little funky, I tried to base this off of what the author did in the book. All right. So if mine looks a little funky, then his is going to look a little funky too. Am I right in assuming everybody's got that much typed in? Those first 3 or 4 lines? All right, because I want to move it up a little bit. There's not really a lot to go yet, just so you know. A little bit, but not real much. That's it. Let me stretch this out as much as I can. Again, the only thing that's missing on here is just there's the curly for ending that. Everything else you've got. Thought I did. I guess I didn't. Yeah, that added those two import statements up at the top. You can see as the program's getting more complex, we're getting more import statements. I will tell you, and John I think will attest to this, that for the Android stuff, we're sometimes importing maybe 40 different packages for the programs. Now, if you look at this, and if it doesn't make a lot of sense to you, all right, so let's just assume right now, yeah, I'm typed it in, okay, and mine might even work, but I don't have a frigging clue as to what any of this means. Then if you just take a look up on the screen here for a moment, if you would, I'm going to grab this entire demo that we just did, okay, I'm going to copy it to the clipboard, and then I'm going to go and create a brand new class. Remember, I can't call it Savings Account Demo, but I can call it Savings Account Demo 2. That'll be fine. So I can do that. It'll have a main. Boom, I put that in there. All right. Now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to paste that old one in. Now, okay, maybe not. Now it's going to give me some red stuff because that's got to be changed to a 2, etc. And really I should do that probably with the refactoring. All right, but everybody see, if you look up on the screen here, we don't need to do any of this now. We grab all that stuff, all that code that you see there, and that gets replaced with now it's giving me these errors because it doesn't see the files. We'll have to fix that in just a minute. All right. The error itself says what? It says 2 quick fixes. Add throws declaration, surround with a try catch. Well, I didn't do either one and mine worked okay. But we have to add those 2 files. Ideally, we're going to be able to do that. And I will tell you, if you take a look on the screen here, this is where this program, to me, gets a little bit funky. And that's F-U-N-K-Y. Okay? But what I mean by that is, for some reason, it really appears to matter to Eclipse exactly where you have the 2 files that we're about to put in saved. I thought they belonged here. In other words, in the same place where we had our source. Didn't like that. But when I copied them literally right underneath my the main folder, then it worked fine. So that's what I'm going to ask you to do the same thing. All right? So I'm going to take my mouse and I'm going to right mouse click on where yours is savings account, mine's savings account 2. All right? And I'm going to choose, I don't remember how I did this, so give me a second here. I don't want to say new file because I want to bring in an existing file. Yeah, but we could try that. I don't want here existing files in the workspace. File system, okay. And this is where I just saved this right here. And remember what's here. Come on, open up, would you? what I want from here is the deposits.txt and the withdrawals.txt. From that directory, we'll see. And there they are. See them down there? Now, if that worked or didn't work, don't let that worry you, because we'll get it to work. All right, unhandled exception, IO. Still doesn't like what I put over here earlier. Throws IO. I'm not getting an error in there, no. Getting it in my demo. And maybe this is what you asked, Eric. I don't know. I have to put here throws IO exception. Right in main. And do, I guess, that import also. Now, after doing all that, I'm going to run it and just see what happens. Look at my output. It's the same output I had before. But the idea is now we got our input. We got our input from a file, or two files. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop taping now, and anyone who had problems, John's walking around helping people, and I'll do the same thing. So if you got something and you just don't understand what happened, all right, just let me stop taping, and then I'll come over and be glad to try to give people a hand if I can.